from the chanting. So let's see, very common for the ablative is this, to use it as a conjunction. Like in this chant with Tasamadadi Appativana Chittu Yattadinnang Mahapalang. You remember this? And so here, Tasama, the ending SMA, this is characteristic of the ablative, meaning from somewhere, from something. And in this way, Tasama means therefore. It means therefore, but this is what you would say in English, but the literal meaning in Pāli is from that. Because the ta, I'll zoom in a little bit, maybe you'll see better. So ta is that, and asama is the from. So from that, the when giving with unhesitating mind, where the fruit of the giving, the great fruit of what is given will be great. So this one, and then when we chant this section on the Paticca Samuppada, you remember Avijja Ayata Viva, Asesa Viraga Niroda, Sankara Niroda, Vijnana Nirodo. So here the first one is already an ablative case. So here, let me turn on the declensions panel here with the colors like that. That's right. This deep blue is what we usually use for ablative. So Avijjaya, this aya ending is ablative, but it's feminine. So that this asama is for masculine, Avijjaya is for feminine. So from the ignorance, and ignorance is qualified by the asesa viraga niroda.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the ablative is the nirodha ending, but avijjaya it's the other way around. It qualifies the from the cessation, from the nirodha,
from the cessation of the ignorance.
Yeah,
yes,
of the ignorance.
Yes. So you see, there are two. So the key thing to notice in this phrase is that both of these are ablative, but one of them is on a feminine and one of them is on a masculine. So nirodha is this a ending is easily confused with the plural. Like the plural masculine is also this a ending, but when it comes with adjectives, the ablative is also formed with this a, and so the complete cessation of dispersion. And the meaning here is a conclusion that from the cessation of ignorance, there is something else, like there is a conclusion.
Yes.
And this one is in nominative, like the O ending you recognize as nominative. You could translate this as from the cessation, from the cessation of this, there is the cessation of that. Right? And in this sentence, there is no verb. The hoti is just implied. And then it continues like this, that this is also an ablative form, from the cessation of mental volition or conditions, there is the cessation of consciousness. And so again, you have this where that's from this, there is something else. Like, so it's used in this conclusion, in this sense of connecting causes and results. Then another case here with Atako Bhagava, Sayana Samayam, Patisallana Buddhito. So this is this phrase comes up in suttas where somebody has been on retreat, somebody has been in seclusion, like for example the Buddha or one of the senior monks, and at some time, evening time, morning time, sometimes they arise from that seclusion, they come out from it. And so vuttito is the past participle, he's emerged, but he's emerging from. And so the past participle takes an ablative. He's emerging from something, and what is he emerging from? He's emerging from the seclusion. And so patisallana gets the ablative ending with a, like from the, he's emerging from the seclusion. So in this case, it's like the location, like he's coming out of something. Okay, and then another case from the sutta we reviewed earlier, where we were reviewing the Bojjhanga suttas, the Gilana, where the Venerable Mahakassapa is suffering from an illness. And then here you see vuttito here, the same word is used, vuttahi, that Venerable Mahakassapa, he is the subject, so he arose, vuttahi, he arose, tamha, from that sickness, from that affliction. These both here are ablative, and so you can say, from that sickness, like this ending mha, asama, these are very characteristic of the ablative. Or this a ending is also a good clue that it's if it doesn't look like it's plural, like if it doesn't look like if it's a plural noun, like many of something, then it's probably an ablative. Ajahn Gavesako, would you like to continue to explain this for us?
Okay. Nakko panahang chivarahetu agarasma anagaryang pabajito. So it says, but I have not, because of a rope, from the home life into the homeless life, gone forth. That's the literal translation. So agara is a house or home. Agara, you might recognize. And anagarika is the person who is without a home, without a house. So agara, but if it's from it, then it has to be agara sma. So from the household, from the home, gone forth, babajito, into the state of homelessness, literally, or houselessness. So anagaria is the kind of quality or the state of being without a home or a house.
It's like, so from something to something, and then from the place where it's from, it's an ablative, and the target is where it's going to is the accusative. Like
right. Yeah. And then here we have also Ayasma Mahakasapo is the Venerable Mahakassapa. Pavaya, from Pava. So Pava is the name of the town. Pava, so I think that's a feminine. And then where into Kusinara. Kusinarang, so there will be the accusative form, the ending there. So he is basically traveling along the road, along the way. That's the common expression.
Yes, this case is like the plain meaning, like you're going from some place to some place, and where you're coming from is the ablative, where you're going to is the accusative.
Mm.
And then the other common ending for the ablative is this to ending, where it forms adjectives. And so, for example, here, sunya, empty, And sunyato is an ablative form, but instead of meaning that it's coming from something, the meaning is see it as empty. Like you should yourself regard avekassu, like this is our instruction. You should regard the world, lokang, as empty. You should regard it as empty. And then the instruction is to Moharaja. Moharaja, always mindful, you should regard the world as empty.
You could think of it as like from the perspective of emptiness, you know, and then it would have that ablative meaning.
Yes, it's not very idiomatic in English, but if you recognize that at the end of adjectives, like here, aniccato, dukkhato, parato, palokato, like these would be adjectives qualifying something, and you recognize the to ending, then you can identify, okay, these are all ablatives, and they mean, so it continues, sunyato, anattato. Samanupassati means regard something or consider something. And in this sutta, so those dhammas, those qualities, you should regard, he considers, he regards as impermanent, as suffering, as an alien, as an other quality, as an alien quality, as disintegrating, as empty, as not self, like us, and so on. Okay, so maybe that's helpful.
Yes.
So let's read Khemakasutta. There's a very good teaching with this. Venerable Metteyö, can I ask you to read until Balagilano?
To the two lines, those.
Yes, these two lines from Ekang Samayang until Balagilano.
Ekang samayan sambahula tera bhikkhu kosambiyang viharanti gositarame tenako panasamayenas ayasama kemako badari karame viharati abadiko dukkito balhagilano.
Oh, thank you. What stands out from this? What are the things that you can identify?
Ekang samayan, at one time, Sambahula, many and Tera bhikkhu, the senior bhikkhus.
That's right.
Kosambiyang viharanti. Kosambi, when they are staying in Kosambi.
Correct. Yes.
And Gositarame, that's the place in Kosambi.
Yes, the same meaning that they are staying in Kosambi at the Gosita Arama. Yes, and then?
Enako panasamayena. That's a phrase. Enako panasamayena. Enako panasamayena.
And then something like that, or?
Yes, this is a common phrase that just continues and then, or something happens, and samaya, you recognize it's the time, and so samayena, at that time, with that time.
And ayasama Khemako, the venerable Khemaka. Badarikarame, it's a place name?
It's another monastery.
And Viharati, staying, stays. Abadiko.
He's sick, he's suffering.
Right, suffering.
He's suffering with a sickness.
Dukkito is sickness, is it?
So Abadiko is ill. So he is ill, sick, and Dukkito is literally the suffering.
Right.
Here meaning physical pain, not the abstract.
Bala Gilano. Gilano is the sick, ill or sickness.
Yes, that's right. That's the sickness, and Bala is strengthening. Like it's a strong illness. It's a
Oh, strong illness. Very sick.
so
Bala.
exactly very very sick.
Bala.
The way we know that this refers to Ayasama Khemako, you see the nominative endings qualify the subject. Like the Venerable Khemako, there's no hoti, like there's no verb, but you can identify that from this nominative clauses that Khemako Abadiko Dukkito Balakilano, so it refers to him. Venerable Atanyu, can you continue for us, please?
Atako tera biku sayanas mayang patisarana utita ayasmantang dasakang amantesu eitawang auso dasaka yenakimako biku upasankamitawa kimakang bikung ewang wadehi.
Let's do the last phrase as well in this.
Teratang auso kimaka ewama hangsu.
Thank you. Please tell us what you can read from here.
So atako tira, and then the senior bhikkhus in the
It's in the afternoon or in the evening.
Yes, Patisara seclusion. So the horizon from seclusion.
That's right. So Vutti Ta. So this is again Patisallana is the ablative. So from seclusion, and Vutti Ta is horizon. That's the past participle. Arose or came out of. And then here you could imagine like a semicolon because like a new sentence starts.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Dasakam slave.
No, is a name of the monk.
It's a Venerable Dasaka. So it literally means a slave, but he is a monk.
Okay, so yeah, so Venerable Dasaka addresses.
No, it's an accusative. They address him.
They address to him. Okay.
That's right. So from the
he was addressed, something like that.
Like from the ending, this sung ending. This is it tells you that this is plural aorist, so that more than the number of people are doing the addressing. So it's not the Venerable Dasaka. So it's the Tera, it's the Bhikkhu. They are the one who are addressing, and they are addressing the Venerable Dasaka.
Yes. So Tawang. So Tawang is you, and A is come. So friend Dasaka, yes, come here, friend Dasaka. Yena, because of which, no?
So it
Because-
goes with Tena. So Yena, Tena.
Sorry?
It's connected. This is a kind of phrase. Yena, somebody, and then ten Kama. So where Khemaka Bhikkhu is located, there you should go.
Ah, yes, okay.
It's a kind of phrase.
This is a imperative here. So they are instructing him that where the Venerable Khemako is, you should approach him.
So having approached the Bhikkhu Khemako, thus it said,
No, it's a command again.
it's a,
You should.
you should, okay, you should say.
Say
You should tell him. You should tell him the following. So they tell him, having approached, you should tell the Venerable Khemaka the following. And then they start this phrase where they give him, they ask about his well-being, so Tera Tang. So the Tera Eva Mahangsu is this means thus they say. So they are giving them a message that this is what the Teras are telling you, Avuso Khemaka. Like, and their message here, which we're going to skip in the Pāli, that they are sending the Venerable Dasaka to ask if Venerable Khemaka is doing well, if his pains are decreasing, if he's getting better. But he responds that he's actually not getting better, that he's not feeling better. And Venerable Dasaka takes back the response to the elders, and the elders tell him another message to carry. Then they tell him, Khemakang Bhikkhung Ivang Vadehi. So they send him with another message, tell this, Vadehi, tell this to Venerable Khemaka. And then because he's not feeling well, they are concerned whether, what is the level of his attainment? Is he going to die in a what state he's going to die in? And so they ask him this following question. Ajahn, who's Venerable Medavi, please read for us.
Khemakam bhikkhum evam vadehi. Edatam avuso khemaka evam ahamsu. Panchime avuso. Upadanakanda uta bhagavata sayatidam. Rupupadanakando vinyanupadanakando imesu ayasma khemako panchasu upadanakandesu. Kinchi atam va atanyam va samanupasati.
Thank you. Anything stands out from here for you?
So they tell this to the Venerable Khemaka.
That's right. This is their message that Pancha Ime.
Five.
That's right.
Five
Ime is this or these. So there are these five.
Upadanakanda, the five aggregates of.
That's right.
Clinging.
Which are Bhutta means said or declared.
By the Bhagavato, they are
So yatidam.
What form?
Then let's write the list of the 5 khandhas.
Yeah. Imesu.
Imesu is locative of ime. So ime is this. Imesu is a plural locative. So meaning in these. So in these, referring to the Panchasu Upadana Khandhesu, like you see the same ending here with the locative. Esu, asu, esu. So they all go together. They all refer to these 5 grasping aggregates. And they address the Venerable Khemaka, like he is the one they are asking the question from. The Venerable Khemaku, this is their question. Kinchi attangva, attaniyangva, samanupassatiti. So kinchi is there anything there? Is there any of these which he regards samanupassati, to regard or to see us, to see it us? Like you can recognize passati. Passati is to see, and samanupassati is to regard, to look at it as, to see it as self, attang, or something that belongs to the self, attaniyam. So they are asking him, is there still grasping of the aggregates? Is there still clinging to the aggregates? And so the Venerable, again, please.
So the following message?
Yeah, so the following message, so the Venerable Dasaka takes the message, Khemaka responds that, his response is that he is in the negative. So he says that he doesn't regard, he doesn't assume the aggregates to be self or belonging to the self. Then Venerable Dasaka, there's this back and forth going on. The Venerable Dasaka expects the response, the elders send another message. And then so, since they now heard that Venerable Khemaka doesn't regard the 5 grasping aggregates as a self, then this is what they think. Ajahn Kavisako, can you read for us, please?
Noche kirayasma khemako imesu panchasu upadana khandhesu kinchi attangva attaneyangva samanupasati tena hayasma khemako arahankina savoti. So noche kira, so the if che is if indeed, or if not, indeed, the Venerable Ayasma Khemaka, yeah, so if
Kira, there's a Kira here.
Kira means like indeed, yeah, something like
just an emphatic.
Kira Ayasma. So if the Venerable Ayasma doesn't regard in these 5 grasping aggregates, kinchi, anything as the self or belonging to self, right? Then tena hayasma, then or by that we would say then, through that tena, by that the Venerable Ayasma Khemaka is a arahant, and with the destroyed asavas, kinasavo is one with the asavas, the taints destroyed.
That's right. So the Tena here goes with the noche. So that this phrase that if something happened, then by that tina, the aya samahi is just joined with the tina.
Yeah.
Tina aya sama. And then the venerable, so the conclusion is that Khemako is Arahant, and he is destroyed the defilements. Kina is to destroy or exhaust. Exhaust, and so this is a common, Kina Savo is the common way to describe an Arahant who has exhausted, destroyed all the defilements. And again, this is like a nominal clause that Venerable Khemaka is Arahant, and he is Kina Savo. This is what they think. And so Dasaka, Venerable Dasaka carries the message. Venerable Khemaka responds in the following: is Imesu kvahang avuso panchasu upadana kandesu nakinchi attangva attaniyangva samanupassami. So we recognize the locatives. Kvahang is like a sum before ko ahang. So I indeed. So he's just referring to himself here that indeed I friend in these grasping aggregates. I don't regard them as self or something belonging to the self. But he says nacha anghi arahanki nasavu. So anghi is I am, and this is joined with the cha. So amhi is just I am. I am something, like in the just the plain, common, ordinary sense. So he says he is not, in fact, he's not arahant. Apitame avuso panchasu upadanakandesu asamiti adigatang ayam ahang sisi nacha samanupasamiti. So, but still, apichame, and just, or still you could say, that for himself, in the grasping aggregates, there is the notion I am. So asami is I am. Adigatang.
Possess. Found. There is. It exists or is found.
Is found. Is that how we translate this?
Yeah. Yeah, like the notion of I am is found with regard to the five khandhas.
So it's from God. I see. So this is Adi
Adhigachati.
Gang Ta. No, that's right. So you recognize root gam. This is same as in gachati, goes, and goes together. Went together. And the meaning here is that it is possessed or found. Adigatang. So the notion I am is still found in him regarding the five grasping aggregates. This long phrase here, we can break it down as ayang ahang asmi. Right? It's this is again I am this. Like this I am, this is myself, this is this thought. But he says that nacha samanupasami, that he still doesn't regard it that this is his self. Like he says that there is a tendency for the notion I am, but he still doesn't regard the 5 grasping aggregates as his self. And so Venerable Dasaka, he takes the response back, and then the elders continue to send him messages. Venerable Samahito.
Yes.
Yes, please continue. Please read for us.
Teratang avuso kemaka ewama angsu yametang avuso kemaka asamiti wadesi kimetang asamiti wadesi rupang asamiti wadesi anyatra rupa asamiti wadesi Vedanang sanyang sankare nyanang asami tiwadesi anya travinyana asami tiwadesi yang yametang auso ke maka asami tiwadesi kimetang asami tiwadesi.
Thank you. So the key here is so they repeat the same phrase with all the khandas. The key here is to recognize what is this, what is it. So this is from, so Vadati is to speak or to say something. And then Vadesi is you speak, like you say. And so they ask him, Avuso Kemaka. Young Etang. Avuso Kemaka. Is there what is it that you say? Asami, what do you regard here at these endings? A trick here to recognize in the when you're reading the text is that often the apostrophes are not added with the quoted parts. So this is Asami plus the iti, and the e is lengthened, but you should read them as if there were apostrophes. So the phrase Asami means, this is I am. So do you say Venerable Khemaka I am? Regarding what do you say I am? King Etang. And then they give examples. Rupang Asamiti Vadesi. Like, do you say, like Vadesi, you say? Do you say that form is myself? Rupang Asamiti? Or do you say that something other than form? Anyatra means other, like something other than. Something other than form is myself? Is feeling, do you say yourself, or perception, or volition, or consciousness? Is it what you say that you are? Or something other than that? So they give him this quiz, this interrogation, this question about his state of attainment. Yang etang avuso Khemaka asamiti vadesi. What is it that you regard as self? What is it that you say I am? What does that point to? Like, this is like you could see this as a meditation interview, like on a retreat. The teacher will ask clarifying questions from the students. What you say that you feel you have a sense of self. This is what he said, that he still has a tendency for I am, but still it's not with the five khandhas. So what is it? You know, where do you identify that sense of self? So Dasaka carries them. He takes this question. He takes this questionnaire to Venerable Khemaka, and he responds with the following. Ajahn Kavisako, can you please read for us?
Alang avuso dasaka kim imaya sandhavanikaya ahara avuso dandang ahameva yena thera bhikkhu tenupasam kamisamiti. So alang means enough of this. Enough of this. Like is used like when you've had enough of something, you know. Enough of this, friend Asaka. What Kim Imaya Sandhavanika? So Sandhavanika is like a running around or something like this. What should we do with this running around? You know, like basically enough of this running around. Ahara avuso dandang. So ahara avuso means ahara avuso is a command, imperative. So aharati means to bring, yeah? So to carry, to bring. Bring, friend. Danda is a stick. Stick for walking, yeah? Walking stick, danda. Aham eva yena tera bhikkhu. So I myself, aham eva, like I just by myself. And again, is the same phrase. Yena, somebody, tena, upasamkamati. So where the Terra, the senior monks are, there I shall go. Upasamkamisami. That's the ending. Isami. Upasamkamisami. I will go by myself to where the senior monks are.
That's right. He's fed up with all the questioning and back and forth, and he says, "Bring my stick and I'll hobble down and we can have a proper discussion." And so they repeat the question to him, and he gives a simile. He responds with the following. Ajahn Kavisako, please continue for us.
Seatapi avuso uppalasava padumasava pundarikasava gandho yonko evang vareya. Okay, start with this. So just as, again, introducing the simile many times before, just as, friend. And now something gandho. So just as gandho, there is the scent or the fragrance, and gandho, smell, scent, fragrance. In this case, scent of what? And you can see that this is a genitive. Those three words are because they have the asa ending. So smell of upala. Upala is a lotus. Upala. And now there are different colored lotuses, basically. I don't know, the
Yes,
white one.
This is lotus and water lily and other kind of lotus. So it's
Yeah, they are like
three
different
flowers.
different colored flowers or lotuses. And then Yonuko Evan Vadea. So somebody, whoever, like this is how you introduce a sentence, like whoever would Vadea would say thus. Would say thus. Yeah, Vadati and Vadea is optative, so Vadea, whoever would say. And now.
So the no implies a question mark.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The no is always something to do with questioning. And now this is the sentence. Pattassa gandhoti va vannassa gandhoti va kinjakassa gandhoti va. So it's the scent, the fragrance of these various things. Yeah, patta is like the leaf, or petal, just petals. Vanna is the scent of the color,
Yes, I don't. But with the scent of the color, Ajahn Sujato had the idea that it's the. I think he might take Vanna from a different root, from a different etymology, and Ajahn Tanisaro translated this as the scent of the color because Vanna is a color, and Ajahn Sujato took it the scent of the root,
Oh, okay.
which is a better example if you're going to ask about parts of the lotus.
Mhm. Well, it
But
can be either parts of it or some kind of aspects of the plant, right? So the plant has some like the third one is some kind of what is this filament? I guess it's the things inside these little sticks coming out. Yeah.
Yes, they are examples. So these are all examples of parts of the flower,
Hmm.
the parts of the plant, like different parts of the plant.
So if you say they are the scent that belong to these three parts, samma lukho so vadamano vadayati no hetangamus. So this is continues the question, So you start the sentence yon ko, and then you put the three kind of alternative, statements, and then you finish with is somebody so speaking correctly. So samma means correctly, correct, right, correct. Nukho means again is a question, you're questioning. Vadamano meaning one who is speaking. Yeah? He who is speaking, so Vadamano, and Vadaya, would he speak?
So he speaking rightly is he. He speaking rightly would say. But in English, the word or verb would be different. Like, you would ask, would he be speaking rightly? Would he be speaking rightly or correctly?
Yeah, and now indeed not friend.
So, and then Venerable Meteo, please read for us.
Yatha katang panavuso samma vyakarmano vyakarayati. And continue.
If you translate this would be good.
Yatha, like this. Katang. Katang. Katang.
It's a question word.
How?
Interrogative.
How?
So what is yatha?
Yatha would like.
No, that's right.
Panauso, pana auso, pana, and friend. Samma is right. Vyakaramano, manas is mind, and
so in this case, don't be misled with the ending. So here, this is the present participle. So it's not a compound with mana, the mind, or the mental faculty. It's via karoti.
Vaya karoti.
That would be the present. And then the mano is the what's called the present participle, meaning the ing. So
right.
he would
Making, building,
speaking, or what how would he be answering correctly?
Answering correctly. Vyakaroti. Vyakareya. Kare. Eya is the We did it last time. Yeah. It's
Optative.
operative, yes. Operative. Yeah, the answering.
So this is not how we usually ask questions in English, but here he just repeats the word, that how he would be answering correctly. Like answering, he would answer.
Oh, would answer. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Rightly answering. Rightly would answer.
And so the question is, what should be the correct answer?
What should be the correct answer? That's good.
Right? And then he says, what do they say? How do they solve the?
そう、サムはビャーカラマの、ビャーカライヤーディ。So, passa. Passa is contact?
No, it's a pupa. From pupa, which is a flower.
Flower.
Right, you're misled with the ending passa, right? But this is from pupa, and in the genitive, where it's a possessive structure, then it's a pupassa. So of the flower, like here we did it was pattassa gando, like the scent belonging to the leaf, or vannassa gando. Here it's pupassa gando. They say that the scent, the ganda, is of the flower, belongs to the flower. And so this is, they say, this is how someone would answer correctly. So this is a venerable. So remember, this is a venerable Khemaka giving a simile about what is his way of perceiving this, what is his experience of this. So he's at the level where he's at the stage where he no longer regards the khandhas as self, like he experiences form, experiences feelings, and so on. And there is a tendency for him to think I am, but still he doesn't regard it as self. And so this is how he compares what is his perception of his self. What does it feel like to have this self? And he says that the way he would express that this self, this feeling of self, is like the scent of a flower, like something very subtle that is just hanging around, just hang around like lightly, like the scent of a flower. So this is, he says, evam eva qua hangavuso. So this is, I say, this is how I say, friends. For me, the four grasping aggregates, asamiti adigatam, there is I am, so possessed regarding I am, but so he has this tendency to think I am. How did we translate adigata correctly, Ajanga Vesaku?
Well, it's like it is found, like with regard to the five, for me, with regard to the five khandhas, there is this notion I am is still found, or is around, is found.
Yes, and then you could imagine there's a semicolon here, and another statement he makes that the thought
this
is I am. But this thought does not occur to him. He doesn't. He's not samanupasami. He doesn't think this is I am.
Yeah, I don't regard it as this I am. Yeah. I don't regard it nasamanupasami. I don't regard it this I am. So he does not like identify the object of this I am. Okay, yeah, there was a question.
Please continue them for us.
Oh, what do you want to ask about this?
Yes, about adigata. So the prefix adi in context, what would it mean?
It's you can't translate like adhigachati is like to arrive at something, to go. It's from chati and adhigachati, so something like to arrive to, but we cannot translate.
So there is no. It's not a prefix.
No, it is. It is adhigachati and adhigatam, but it's like we cannot literally translate such things. You have to see how it's used, like
personal qualities, or having a quality is sometimes expressed with gacchati, which is not idiomatic at all in English, but you could you can say that this quality has gone to him.
Something like that. Yeah, you have to describe it in some other way. Okay. And then it continues. Kinchapi avuso arya savakasa panchoram bhagyani sangyojanani pahinani bhavanti attha kvasahoti. So kinchapi. So I think it's translated more like while or friend, even though, or while, for the Arya Savaka, for the noble disciple, even though, we probably have to say, even though, for the noble disciple, Arya Savaka, so Arya Savaka sa, like for the Arya Savaka, or the fetters, Sangyojanani, and what kind of fetters? So there are two kinds, the higher and the lower 5 fetters. So these are the Oram Bhagya, that means the lower fetters. Oram Bhagya, Bhaga is the part, the lower part. Ora means lower. So the 5 lower fetters. Pahinani Bhavanti, they become abandoned. Yeah, they are abandoned. Yeah, Pahina is from Pahana. They are abandoned. Atha ko asahoti, but still, or you could say still, for him, asa hoti, meaning this thought, this notion still occurs to him. Yocha panchasu upadana kandhesu annu sahagato asmiti mano, asmiti chando, asmiti asamuhato. So this kind of phenomenon still occurs for him, basically. That your thing with regard to the 5 grasping aggregates, mano, chando, and anusayo. So these 3 defilements, they are anusahagato. So they are like accompanying or underlying with regard to the 5 aggregates. They are underlying, and it's a underlying asmiti mano, is the underlying conceit, I am. It's the underlying desire, I am, and it's the underlying tendency, I am, which has not been uprooted. Asamuhato.
Like asamuhato it's not been destroyed.
Yeah.
It's very strong, not uprooted, not destroyed, not eradicated. So there is this, he's saying that there is this, even though he abandoned the 5 lower fetters, like including anger, he never, like he's saying, for example, he's never experiencing anger, but still there is a lingering underlying tendency for the conceit I am, for the conceit of, for the desire I am, that this has not been completely abandoned, not been completely eradicated for him. Like it's very interesting because he's describing the experience of an anagami, Like he has abandoned anger, he is anagami, but this is how he is experiencing the remaining defilements. That he's aware that they are still lingering.
Also, he's abandoned kamaraga, which is the sensual desire. So that kind of more coarse kind of desire is abandoned already. But there is something else which he calls chando, another kind of desire which is much more subtle.
Venerable Atanyu, can you please read for us?
So aparena samayena panchasu upadana kandesu udaya baya nupasi viarati iti rupasa samudayo iti rupasa atangamo iti winyanasa samudayo iti winyanasa atangamoti.
So let's stop for the moment. What is he saying?
So he at another occasion Panchasu Upana. So there's a 5 aggregate of clinging.
So these are locatives. So with regards to the 5 clinging aggregates. And here you can make sense of this compound if you remember samudaya vaya. So samudaya is what is this?
So arising
and vaya is
why I don't remember that one.
Passing away.
Okay. Yeah.
Passing away or ceasing or the disappearance. And so this udaya is from samudaya, and udaya vaya is the combination of samudaya vaya. Like this is how the vowels are combined here. And he says he is anupassi, which means he is watching, observing. So he stays. So he's describing how he spends his time. Like at other times, with regards to the 5 clinging aggregates, he is watching, observing the arising and passing away. So he still continues to meditate, and he practices. This phrase is from Satipatthana. Iti rupam iti rupassa samudayo. Like this is form. Like this is form. This is the origin. This is the arising of form. This is the ending, attangamo, the ceasing of form. So these are descriptions of Satipatthana meditation, just observing the rising and falling, the origination and passing away of the 5 khandhas as an experience. Like iti vijnanassa samudayo iti vijnanassa attangamo. Venerable Midami, please continue for us.
Let's see. Tassimesu panchasu upadana kandesu udaya baya nupasino viharato yopisa oti panchasu upadana kandesu anusahagato asmiti mano asmiti chando asmiti anusayo asamuhato sofi sammogatam gachati.
How would you translate this for us? Some of the words we've recognized already.
Panchasu Padana Kandesu, and then Udaya Bayanupasino, the rising of
So what does this mean?
Tasimesu.
So this is tassa imesu. You could with regards to those
5 aggregates of grasping aggregates. The arising.
That's right. Same expression like udaya vaya, but here he's passino.
You see,
He is one who is observing. Oh.
Udayabhaya Nupasi and Viharato is the same. Basically, it's from tassa. So it means to him, tassa, who dwelling, Viharato, as one who is observing the rise and fall. See, this is all like something that's occurring to him. Tassa Viharato, to the person or to the monk who is dwelling in the.
Oh, I see. I got this wrong then. Tassa here is not to the khandhas, but to him who is observing, right? With regards to him.
Yeah.
So this tassa refers to Venerable Khemaka or the enlightened, not the anagami, like the attained anagami, and to him, for him, in the 5 khandhas. Yes, and then this goes with Yopissa.
Exactly. And then Yopissa hoti, meaning that which for him is hoti in the 5 khandhas. In the 5 khandhas, the underlying conceit I am, desire I am, and tendency I am.
Which are Anusagahakur?
Is like the underlying or accompanying underlying conceit and so on, which is asamuhato, the anusaya which is asamuhato, which is not uprooted, which is not destroyed. Yeah, yopi sa, so that which is not destroyed, not yet destroyed, and then it continues sopi samugadam gacchati. Yeah, whatever starts with yo then continues with so. So api, that samugatam gacchati, that goes to full destruction. Goes to destruction.
That becomes completely abandoned.
Yeah.
So I think let's recognize the common pronouns here, because these come up fairly often and it's good to have a sense of which one is which. So tassa is often of him or for him.
Yeah.
Tassa, and ima is this. So ima is this, or in this case it's plural, so these.
Ima.
And then yo is that.
That which.
That which. And
when
then
you start,
this goes with. So you, like this is how the sentence builds up. Tassa, for him, that for him who is observing, watching, that which is not abandoned. Again, that goes to destruction through the practice of observing the rising and falling. Like that's the purification.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
So tassa in that tassa, generally speaking, it's both dative and ablative. Dative or ablative.
It's
Mostly.
either way. Both declensions have the same form, so you have to make sense of it in the context.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Venerable Samahito, please continue for us.
Yes. Siyatapi avuso vatan sankilitan malagahitan tamenan samika rajakasa anupadajum
Let's stop
tamenan.
there. Let's read the first one first. Let's read this sentence. Do you recognize the
Sankilitan?
Yes, that's familiar.
Is it? Sambaulang is a lot. Sankilitan.
Sankilitan is something dirty or defiled.
Okay. Then Rajakasa. So it. Okay. Rajakasa, so I recognize Rajo, maybe a king or?
It could be good, but in this case, it's not a king. In this case, he is Rajaka, who is so from Raj, that is dust or dirt. Rajas or Rajas rather. Rajas, and the Ka means makes it into a person. So someone who deals with dirt, and that's a laundryman. And the asa is going to be a dative that we are giving something to the laundryman. So the vatta is a cloth. So this is the Venerable Khemaka making another simile. He's comparing this process of abandoning, uprooting the final remains of defilements. So he makes this simile with this cloth as just like friends. There is a cloth which is defiled. Malagahitang is dirty or stained. And that to himself, from him, Samika is the owner.
The owners.
So the owner to the dirty man, he would give it. Anupadajjum.
It's a plural, the owners.
The owners, yes, that's right, owners. The owners would give that cloth to the laundryman. And then Tamenang Rajako Useva Kareva Gomayeva Samaditava Vachi Udaki Vikaliti. So that the laundryman, these are different, these Use, Kare, Gomaye, these are different cleaning agents. So this is salt with salt, or in a lye, or in like an alkaline substance. Gomaya is cow dung. Cow dung, which can be used as a cleaning agent because of the acidic quality. So Sammaditava, having scoured, having scrubbed with the cleaning agent, Ache Udake, in clean water, Vikaliti, he would wash it off. So the cloth is given to the laundryman, he would clean it with some kind of salt or some kind of dye or cow dung, and he would wash it with clean water. But even though he washed it, Kinchapitang hoti vattang, parisuttang pariyodatang, atakwassa hoti yeva anusahagato, usagandova, karagandova, gomayagandova, asamuhato. So whatever of that cloth was cleaned with, that was purified with, parisuddhang pariyodatang, that indeed asa, for that, the usa gando you recognize from the earlier simile is the scent. Like here it's the salt, like the scent, the salt scent, the cleaning agent if it was salt, or the scent of the what was Kara? This is the potash lye, like an alkaline agent, or the scent of the cow dung, gomayagando. The scent of the cow dung would be still undestroyed, would be still not removed. Like there's a lingering scent of the cleaning agent in the otherwise purified cloth. Ajahn Gavesako, please continue for us.
Okay.
From
From Taminang Rajako.
Tamenang Rajako, Samikanang Deti. So that the washerman gives back to the owners. Yeah. So the washer gives to the owner, Samikanang, that's a plural. So yes. And then Tamenang Samika Gandha Prabhavite Karandake Nikipanti. And Tam Enang, again, that's in the accusative, that the cloth, meaning the cloth, the owners, Nikipanti, they will put it in, they will leave it in something. In what? Karandake is some kind of what is it? Some kind of box,
Cupboard or some kind of storage box.
Storage box. There is Gandha Paribhavita, yeah. There is like infused with some kind of scent, with some kind of perfume. Yeah. And then it gets repeated. Yo pista hoti. So yo api asa hoti. So that which api asa of that. Asa means of something, of that thing or of that person. So it's a genitive. So that which is of that, you have to start like this, the sentence. Anusahagato, usagandho, karagandho, gomayagandho, asamuhato. So that which is the accompanying smell of that salt or lye or cow dung, which is asamuhato, which is not abandoned, which is not removed. Sopi, you started with yo, and now we continue with so. That Samugata gati, that goes to destruction, literally. So that gets removed. That gets removed. Goes to destruction, literally. But
Yeah, so he's giving this simile that there's the this is how he describes his practice, that with these remaining not removed defilements that are like a scent hanging around the cloth, if it's placed in a scent infused box or a scent infused cupboard, then while the cloth is stored in that place, like he's describing, he's continuing to practice, watching the rising and falling of the khandhas. With that lingering scent would become completely removed. Literally means it's destroyed. The lingering scent is destroyed.
Yeah,
and so that's
repeated.
right. And he repeats the that this is how the noble disciple who has abandoned the 5 lower fetters, he continues to observe the 5 clinging aggregates that are not abandoned. There is a sense of I am. There is a sense of a conceit, I am, desire, conceit, lingering, underlying tendency, which becomes, through that practice, it becomes destroyed, it becomes completely removed. So to finish the sutta, so evam gutte tera bhikkhu ayasamantang khemakang etadavochum. So thus said, evam gutte, this is the locative absolute, having thus spoken, tera bhikkhu, the elder bhikkhus, to the venerable Khemaka, they said the following, etad avocha. Nakomayang ayasamantang Khemakang vihesa peka puchingha. That puchi is to ask. Puchati is to ask. And puchimha is the aorist plural. So we asked, and they start, the negative is at the beginning of the sentence. Pāli sentences can be lovely like this, is that the verb is at the end, but the negative is at the beginning. So they say we didn't ask the venerable Khemaka to trouble him, to disturb him, to trouble him. Apichaya sama Khemako pahosi tassa bhagavato sasanam vittarena achakitung desetung panyapetung pattapetung vivaritung vivajitung uttanikatung. So but the venerable Khemaka, Ayasama Khemako, Pahosi is able, was able or would be able, Tassa Bhagavato Sasanam, the teaching, the dispensation of the Buddha, Vittarena is instrumental for in detail. So in detail, he would be able to, Achikitung is to explain, to describe, Desetung is to teach, Panyapetung is to expound, to define, Pattapetung, this is to expose, set an example. So these are ways of describing that he is able to describe the teaching, he is able to give examples of the teaching in detail. And Taidam Taidam ayasama Khemakena tassa bhagavato sasanam vittarina achikitang destam panyapitam pattapitam vivarito vivajitam uttani katanti. So here we can recognize the tung endings. These are the infinitives, which meaning to explain, to teach, to explain, to teach. So they are saying that we didn't ask the Venerable Khemaka to trouble him, but they thought that the Venerable Khemaka is able to explain, to teach in detail the teaching of the Blessed One, and that Taida, by the Venerable Khemaka, so instrumental, the teaching of the Blessed One, Tassa Bhagavato Sasanam, in detail, Vittarina. And so you see the infinitive goes into past participle. Achikitum, achikitang, desitum, desitang. So is explained, is taught, is given examples of, and expounded, made clear. Let's read the Venerable Samahiro, please read the last paragraph for us.
From Idamavocha?
From Idamavocha, yes.
Idamavocha ayasama Khemako atamana tera bhikkhu ayasamato Khemakasa basitam abhinandu imasaming chapanaveya karanasaming banyamane satimatanam teranam bhikkhunam anupadaya asawe ichitani vimunchisu ayasamato Khemakasachati.
Thank you. This must be familiar.
It's something very similar in the Dhammacakka. When Anya Kondanyo is declared liberated, this passage.
There's a similar structure at the end of the teachings. So what you can recognize avocha. Avocha is said. Like this was said, idam avocha.
It's a venerable Khemako.
That's right. So he gave the teaching.
Atamana we saw before, but I
So the other bhikkhu, Tera bhikkhu, they are attamana, which is they are pleased. They are pleased or agreeable. They delight. They are delighting. Ayasamato Khemakasa.
The venerable Khemaka.
And this is a genitive, so of him.
Of him.
And his what? His Vasitang.
He's declared. Announced? No.
So Vasati is to say, and Vasita is what he said.
Okay.
So of what he said, the Tera Bhikkhu, they are pleased, they are in the pleased mind, Attamana, and they are Abhinandung, they delighted. And then what's the next sentence from Imasamincha?
In Imasamincha, this or that or something like that.
That's right.
Yes, this. Panna Veya. Panyamane Satimana Tera. So I don't recognize Ueya Kara Nasaming. Kara maybe from Kara to exposition. Okay.
It's one of the type of teachings, and this long form teaching is an exposition, so it's a Vyakarana.
Panyamane, I don't know.
So this is a locative absolute here, meaning when or while this teaching was given or spoken. Sattimattana, this is the number of the bhikkhus. So this is 60. So Sattimattanam Teranam Bhikkhunam.
So how would you Sati means 6 and Matta, how would you break down this one?
So the number is Satti. So Satti is the number, and Matta is amount.
Okay.
And Mattanam is the genitive. Is that of this or for this of these 60 teras, Anupadaya, which is a gerund here, not clinging through while not, so they are while they are not clinging. While or through. Ajangavesako, do we put this in gerund or this is instrumental here, Anupadaya?
He had to leave. He's not here anymore. He has a
okay, never mind. This is either, I think this, yeah, let's, yes, this is gerund. Yes, Anupadaya from taking, from grasping, and then through the on is not non-grasping. Yes, the aya here is the gerund. Okay. Asavehi chittani vimuccingsu. So asava is the defilements, chitta, mind, vimuccingsu is they were freed. So vimuccingsu, ingsu ending, this is, you recognize the plural aorist, like they were their minds. So it's the minds that are freed. What are they freed from? They are freed from the asavas, asavehi. And so we are talking about the bhikkhus, the 60 bhikkhus who through non-grasping their minds were freed. And ayasamato Khemakasutta chati. And here we have to break it down to chati. You recognize this is end. So end, the venerable Ayasamato Khemakasutta, so his mind also is freed. He is liberated at the end of this discourse. So he is enlightened by his own Dhamma talk. So this is how we say that how when you're giving a teaching, then you're not only giving a teaching to the listeners, but you're also giving a teaching to yourself, and you are wiser at the end of the teaching.
Wonderful.
He was very sick too. It's amazing.
That's right.
I think that was a good reading today. This is a very nice sutta. This two similes about the, what is the feeling of self? How do you compare it? It's not that it's not there, but it also doesn't have like a strong quality. It's like a lingering scent, like a scent of a flower, or the lingering remaining scent of a washing powder on the cloth, like that. And then you remove it gradually by putting it in a cupboard with nice scented flowers. And that's the practice is like this scented cupboard. You keep yourself around people who are practicing. You yourself are keeping your mind pure, and this is the purification.